So you've seen a video online, had a conversation with a friend, or come across a post on social media, and you've decided that enough is enough. You've had the light bulb moment, and you want to go vegan for the animals, the planet, and yourself. But how? Going vegan can create so many questions, so here's a list of simple, practical things that will make going vegan effortless. Number 1, educate yourself further. There are so many great documentaries and resources out there to learn about every aspect of veganism and a plant-based diet. Check out documentaries such as Dominion, Earthlings, Land of Hope and Glory, The Game Changers, Cowspiracy, and Forks Over Knives. It's so important to solidify all the reasons to go vegan and build up the conviction within yourself. So make sure to center the animals in your decision making and connect the animal products with the animals who have suffered and died for them. After all, going vegan is an ethical decision in order to reduce the suffering that we cause to others and creating a world where animals are not exploited and used, but are instead respected as individuals whose right to life far exceeds the reasons that we use to exploit them. By doing this, it also becomes so much easier if you find yourself in a situation where someone offers you an animal product or you get a craving right at the beginning. Have a look into what foods provide what nutrients so that you know good plant-based sources for nutrients such as protein, iron, calcium, omega-3, and zinc. Number 2, look up recipes and learn how to veganize your favorite dishes. Eating vegan isn't all about kale and flax seeds, although it is a good idea to get a serving of both each day. Eating vegan is about discovering new foods and flavors, cooking with ingredients you've never tried, and expanding the foods that you cook with. Ultimately, veganism isn't about what you lose, it's about what you gain. So take some time to find some recipes online and build up a selection of core recipes that you really like. It's great to have some really simple dishes that you can just quickly put together on days when you might be rushed. As well as being an opportunity for discovering new foods, veganism doesn't have to mean that you change everything, as you can veganize just about any dish that you liked before you were vegan. We don't need to reinvent the wheel, we can just make some slight alterations to our old favorite meals. And all of a sudden we have a vegan version that tastes the same and satisfies us in exactly the same way as well. For example, before I went vegan, I loved spaghetti bolognese. So as a vegan, I just replaced the beef mince with soya mince or even lentils, which is not only cheaper than beef mince, but healthier too. And so look for ways to make your old favourites your new favourites. There are vegan alternatives for just about every animal product, including ice cream, milk, cheese, burgers, sausages, and so much more. And don't worry if you try a vegan substitute that you don't like. There is such a huge variety that there will be plenty that you do like. These products can be great for transitioning, but you can also create delicious and satisfying meals without them as well. Number 3, track your food intake a couple of times a week at the beginning to make sure that you're eating enough calories and getting all the nutrients that you need. Sites like Chronometer are a great way to do this, and it means you can make sure that you're hitting all of your calorie and nutrient goals. The Daily Dozen app by Dr. Michael Greger is also a great way of making sure that you are eating plenty of nutrient-dense whole plant foods, and will ensure that you're eating a wide variety of foods as well. It's also important to make sure that you are getting enough B12, so it's worth taking a supplement and eating B12 fortified plant foods. Sometimes people worry that supplementing B12 means that a plant-based diet isn't healthy. However, most B12 in a meat eater's diet comes from animals who are supplemented with B12 instead, with it being estimated that 90% of the world's B12 supplements are sold to animal farmers, meaning we are in essence filtering a supplement through an animal rather than just having it ourselves. Also, around 40% of the US population is reported to have low B12 levels anyway, meaning that it's not a solely vegan issue to begin with. And whether you are vegan or not, it is recommended to take a vitamin D supplement. Also, if you have been taking a fish oil supplement, you can easily swap that for an algae oil one instead, which is a great way of ensuring that you are getting enough omega-3 long-chain fatty acids. Number 4, don't worry if you have cravings for animal products at the beginning. Remember, we have been eating these products our entire lives, and so it's normal to crave products that we are used to eating. If you ever feel a craving, remind yourself of why you decided to become vegan. If you are craving an old flavour of ice cream, remind yourself of what happens to dairy cows. Watch some footage online and then grab some vegan ice cream instead. Or freeze some bananas and blend them to make an ice cream, which is cheaper, healthier, and also super tasty. And on this point, if you slip up at the beginning, the most important thing is just to carry on afterwards. Don't allow a mistake or a slip-up to knock your confidence or set you back. Just move on and focus on each day at a time. Number 5. People around you will ask you lots of questions about being vegan. So make sure to learn how to respond to people's questions when they come up in conversation. What excuses did you used to use? How did you feel about vegans before you decided to become one? And what convinced you to make the change yourself? In the end, it's important to remember that being vegan gets easier over time and with practice. There are more vegan options becoming available all the time, and with each day, it is becoming more and more accessible and normal to be vegan. Remember that you've got this, and by going vegan, you are taking an important stand against the exploitation and use of animals, as well as the destruction of our planet. By making the change, you are choosing to stand on the right side of history. So believe in yourself and empower yourself to understand that as an individual, you have the power to create a huge amount of positive change. And finally, just go for it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Veganism isn't about sacrifice. In fact, it is the opposite. It is about no longer sacrificing the lives of animals, or indeed sacrificing our planet. It's about creating a brighter, better, safer, and more compassionate future. So, what are you waiting for?